Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn with Nasir and Fatma. So this video is actually going to be an extension of my previous video in which I shared with you how you can find a rental home in Istanbul or in any other city of Turkey. And in this video I am actually going to share with you 5 most important things that I believe you should consider and you should be very careful about when you are making that final decision of getting a rental home in Istanbul or in any other city in Turkey. So the first point is that you should not get a rental home without signing a rental agreement. It sounds very obvious, but I am telling you because there are actually 2 ways of finding a rental home in Istanbul, and the first way is through the real estate agent and the second way is actually through the owner directly. And as I told you in my previous video as well, that you are going to use, most probably you are going to use the Sahib Indian app for this purpose. So there you are actually going to find the ads which are placed by the real estate agents as well as the ads which are placed directly by the owners. If you are finding a rental home through the real estate agent, then that's not going to be a problem because he is actually going to give you the written rental agreement in which you are going to sign and your owner is also going to sign. But let's suppose that you are getting this place through the owner. In that case, if you do not get your written rental agreement, then it is going to cause 2 major problems for you later. It can cause multiple problems, but there are 2 major problems that you should be very careful about. The first problem is that, as I told you in my previous video, that once you get your rental place, you are going to get all the utility bills transferred to your own name for your own security of payments, and for that purpose you are actually going to need the rental agreement as well. But if you do not have a rental agreement, then those bills will be most probably coming on the name of your owner and he can take advantage of it anytime. So for example, if he's not happy with you and he wants you to leave the home, then since you do not have a rental agreement, there is nothing written that he has to give you a notice. He can just tell you to leave, and in order to create more problems, he can actually go to those offices and he can tell that there is no one living in the home and he can just ask them to cut the utilities, and so you will be left without electricity or gas or water, and that will be very problematic. Of course, that will be very painful. And the second reason why rental agreement is very important is that when you are going to open a bank account here, or if you are going to apply for your own residence permit, or if you are going to apply for the residence permits of your family members, then one of the key documents which is required at that stage is the written proof of your rental place. So you see, this is all connected, and that's why the written rental agreement is so important. Now, I have spent a lot of time on this first point, but I assure you that I'm going to spend a lot less time on the following points. So quickly moving on to the second point, do not pay a single penny to your real estate agent before signing the contract or before you have got the keys in your hand. So for example, if you are going to a place and you are looking and you find it really good and you are thinking of getting it, you are thinking of taking it on rent, at that time the real estate agent is going to ask you to pay a little amount, for example 200 liras or 300 Turkish liras as token, so that he can seal the deal and so that he doesn't show that apartment to other people. But you should keep in mind that that money is non-refundable. So that's actually just their way of making extra money. So for example, you see a home, you like it, but I would suggest you that you should go back home, think about it for at least 1 day, tell them that you like the home, but you will tell them 1 day later or 2 days later. And if you feel that okay, you are comfortable in getting that home on rent, then just go to the real estate agent's office and sign the deal and sign the contract and get the keys, and then pay their fees, their commission, and your whatever the payments are. I provided all the details about what are the necessary payments at this stage in my previous video, so you can just check it out for more details. But actually, when I was looking for a rental home, I didn't know about it and I actually paid him a token of 300 Turkish liras, and I actually regretted it later because the home was not going anywhere, but I still paid him and it was non-refundable. I didn't get the home and those 200 to 300 liras were just wasted. Now, the third most important thing that you need to be very careful about while looking for a rental home in Istanbul especially is internet connection. You know, Istanbul is one of the most crowded cities in the whole world, and for that reason this city faces a lot of internet capacity issues. So when you are looking for a rental home, and even if you find that internet connection on some wall in your home, in your potential home, that does not mean that that home or that flat has an active internet port, because they might not have, the internet providers might not have the capacity, might not have the port available in that flat. And so when you shift here and you do not know it beforehand, then it is going to cause a lot of trouble for you. So what I suggest you to do is that if you like a home, just get its complete address and call the major internet service providers, for example Turk Telecom, Turkcell, Vodafone, etc., and ask them if they have the active, what they call the internet infrastructure here, if they have the active internet port in this locality, so that when you shift here you can apply for optical fiber internet. So what happens if you do not have an active port, active optical fiber or VDSL or DSL port inside of your home? Well, if you are a foreigner, then you are in a lot of trouble, because Turkey is not very friendly when it comes to providing internet services, wireless internet services to foreigners. Because although there are wireless internet services also available by these major internet service providers, for example Win, Superbox or Redbox, etc., they do not provide those facilities to foreigners, and that will cause a lot of trouble for you, and you will only be limited to using your internet mobile. I'm sharing this problem with you because I am facing it myself for last 8 to 9 months now. When I was looking for this home, everything, locality, everything else was fine, and I saw that there was a port as well in my home, internet port. But when I shifted here and I called the internet service providers, all of them, literally all of them, told me that they do not have an infrastructure in this building and that they do not have the port. So as a result of which, I and my wife and we actually lived on only our mobile internet for like 3 to 4 months. And in the end, what I had to do, because it was getting so much expensive for us, using the mobile internet, that I actually had to ask a Turkish friend to buy a red box, Vodafone's red box for me. Okay, let's move to fourth point. This is a little bit more trivial, but I still wanted to throw it towards you in case you forget, and that is that when you are looking for a rental home, then do check that the Kombi, which is a device which actually controls all the heating system of your home, is properly working. Do check the water supply, electricity supply, if everything is working fine or not. And one thing which is important in this regard is that the older the building, the more the probability that there are going to be some issues at any place regarding water or electricity or gas. So when you are looking for a home, I would suggest that don't look for a home which is older than 5 years. And the final point is that in Turkey or in Istanbul, when you are finding a rental home, then you are entitled to fresh paint and complete cleaning. So when you are coming here, when you are looking for, I don't know, I am not sure about the cleaning part, because I heard from friends and other people as well that they had to clean their home when they shifted there. But what I am sure about is the paint part. So when you are getting a new home, a new rental apartment, then the previous person who is leaving the apartment is obliged to, he or the owner, no matter who, but they are actually obliged to renew the paint and give you the apartment in a fresh look. One bonus point, and I'm sharing it with you because I want that you don't have any difficulties while getting a rental home here, and that is that if you find any damage, any kind of damage, just take a picture of it or take a video of it, shoot a video of it and send it to the owner and tell them that this flaw is there from before you came here, so that later when there is time for you to leave, they do not blame it on you. So that's all from this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you are looking for a rental home in Istanbul or in Turkey, then I hope that by watching these videos the process will get a lot easier for you. And in case you haven't watched my previous video yet, I am sharing the link to it here and you can just go and watch it now. And I wish you best of luck, and if you have any further questions, you can just drop them in the comment section below and I would be very glad to help you out. And that's it. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.